When you drive a Chevy, it's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, brought to you by Lyuna Labor's Local 663, who remind us to drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their family as well. Continuing our football previews going around the state, go to MId-Buchanan High School, home of the Dragons, and head football coach Aaron Fritz. And Coach, thanks so much for your time today.
Hey, no problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Coach, 8-4 a year ago. Tell us a little bit about what you got to replace, due to graduation, and who are some of those guys stepping into some of those roles?
Yeah, we only graduated 3 seniors, so almost all of our kids are back. 3 starters on defense we got to replace, and then 2 on offense. And, what's going to end up being something that's hard to replace that you don't hear about most coaches say is one of them was our kicker and punter, and he was very, very good at it. And that was kind of a weapon for us last year because we punted quite a bit compared to what we normally do, and he really knew how to flip the field and would boom a 60-yard punt out there every now and again. So that type of thing is going to be a big difference for us because he's been punting for us for a while too. So kids have had a great summer, though, and we're trying our best to replace those guys.
What does the summer look like? I know you may still have some days of contact left. Have you had good numbers, and the weather's been somewhat cooperative?
Yeah, we get started right away, and every Monday in June and then one in July we host 7-on-7. So we just do football on Mondays and Tuesdays over the summer, and that we use all our contact days, but it uses enough of them. And then this week on Wednesday and next week we go to little camps where we get with a few other teams and get together and do some stuff. But yeah, we just go early in the week and then try to let them be kids the rest of the week if they don't have something else going on.
As you look at your schedule coming up for this season, are there many changes to your schedule compared to last year?
Weeks 2 and 3 have changed. Our conference is kind of weird since we have an odd number now. Every 2 years, your schedule cycles. Whoever you had week 3 the year before, it will cycle to week 4. So last year we were a non-conference game week 9, so that shifts to week 3 for us this year because it's part of our 2-year cycle. So week 2 we don't play Holden anymore. We're playing Lexington. And week 3 we're not playing KIPP this year because the schedule flipped. We are actually playing a powerhouse out of Kansas called Centralia, a little Class 1 school out of there, and that's going to be a big one for us too.
What you talked about the numbers over the summer. A lot of times over the summer, you especially want to stay healthy. Have you been able to stay pretty healthy?
No. We've had a kid get hurt playing baseball and broke his ankle. And we had a kid get a high ankle sprain really early in June and doing football stuff, just drill work. But he's pretty healthy now. But, we've had some guys get banged up not doing football things. So that's been kind of frustrating. But that's part of it. And you deal with it. You move on. And the kids are working to get back. So it'll all work out.
What's the schedule look like for you between now and when you put the pads on for real?
Yeah, we practice this morning. We practice tomorrow morning, and then we get together with a few teams on Wednesday, and then weights on Thursday. And next week's the same thing: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday football. Go somewhere on Wednesday, and then Thursday weights, and then the next week we kind of test and max out because we already did our Mission Dead week back in early July. So we test them and max out, and then we get started on the 12th at 7 a.m. and go from there.
Outstanding. And then the 30th, you're at Midway. Where's your jamboree at, and who's a part of it?
We're hosting it again. We're kind of in the middle of the 4 teams we have with us, West Platte, Maysville, and Gallatin. And so they like coming to us because we're kind of in the middle, so we get to host that again this year.
Outstanding. What's your staff look like as you go into this year? You got new guys or just pretty much the same staff?
Honestly, that's something that's been good to us. We've pretty much been the same staff for the most part since I've been here. And we're adding a couple guys. One of them was a head coach a few years ago at Lafayette, which is a good get for us. But pretty much the same guys. We're just adding a few more guys who want to get involved and be around what we're doing and then kind of learn from there. And I'm always hoping our guys go get jobs and get things like that. And I know we'll have a couple do that.
Kind of talk about your conference, you mentioned had some people leave or whatever. Who are the members of your conference?
Us, which is Mid-Buchanan, East Buchanan, West Platte, North Platte, Lawson, Lathrop, and Hamilton.
Very good. Well, Coach, as always, I greatly appreciate you being generous with your time. I know it's a busy time of the year. You kind of starting to get ramped up, and it'll be on top of this before we know it.
Yes, sir. It's going to be here very soon.
You bet. Well, hey, have a great rest of the summer, and good luck as you head into this year. And hopefully we'll get to visit with you on the throughout the season and even on the scoreboard.